Michael, welcome to the White House.
This is the 40th President of the United States, Ronald Wilson Reagan, and Michael Joseph Jackson. 1984, Michael Jackson.
For Michael Jackson brings a thrill a minute to his millions of fans.
We have quite a few young folks in the White House who all wanted me to give you the same message. They said to tell Michael, please give some TLC to the PYTs.
So this is not just a footnote in history. It actually connects, in a weird way, to the reason that you have to be 21 in every state in the United States to buy alcohol. I'll show you. States determine their own minimum legal drinking ages. And in 1975, they looked like this. All these blue states are at 18. All these green ones are 19. Delaware is yellow, alone at 20. These orange ones are 21, but with allowances for lower alcohol levels in stuff like beer and wine. And these red ones are the 21 and older states. It's a complicated map. Now look at the map today. It's all 21. How did that change happen? This story takes you to a political crossroads in the Supreme Court, and in a weird way to Michael Jackson shaking hands next to the president while dressed like this. But the drinking age change is ultimately a story about roads. Prohibition, the 18th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, banned alcohol in 1920. It was repealed by the 21st Amendment, and after that, a lot of states settled on a drinking age of 21 and older. See the red here in the late 60s? Those are all 21 and older states. In the 70s, the 26th Amendment changed the dynamic again.
That amendment, as you know, provides for the right to vote of all of our young people between 18 and 21. 11 million new voters as a result of this amendment.
18-year-olds could be drafted to Vietnam and vote, so a lot of states decided they could drink. But that map was short-lived for one reason.
And here comes the president.
Nearly 50,000 people were killed on our highways last year. Now, out of this statistic comes an even more chilling one. Drunk drivers were involved in 25,000 of those fatalities, in addition to 750,000 injuries a year.
Drinking age reform advocates quickly attributed drunk driving fatalities in the blue states, or 18 and older states, to earlier drinking ages. People also argued that teens driving across state lines to drink or purchase alcohol increased drunk driving. This 1983 map was still a hodgepodge, but see how more states turned green for 19 and yellow for 20 years old? That was driven partly by an awareness campaign.
Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Michael Jackson, he was being honored for letting his music be used in anti-drunk driving PSAs.
You're as good as dead.
But tactics weren't limited to PR. President Reagan is famous for saying,
The 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
That made his strategy kind of surprising.
For even though drunk driving is a problem nationwide, it can be solved only at the state and local level. Yet the federal government also has a role to play.
His thinking was influenced by 2 main groups.
Much of the credit for focusing public attention goes to the grassroots campaign of organizations like MAD, Mothers Against Drunk Drivers, and RID, Remove Intoxicated Drivers.
Candace "Candy" Lightner founded MAD in 1980 after her daughter Carrie was killed by a drunk driver. MAD's goals at the time included making it easier to obtain DUI convictions and raising the drinking age. This direction was clear at Riverdale High School in Oradell, New Jersey, where President Reagan explained his unpredictable political evolution. The problem?
I appointed a presidential commission on drunk driving. They told us that alcohol-related automobile accidents are the leading cause of teenage deaths in this country.
The theory.
In states in which the drinking age has been raised, teenage driving fatalities have gone down significantly. Here in New Jersey, you raised the drinking age to 21 in 1983. And you know what happened. you had a 26% reduction in nighttime single vehicle fatalities among 19 and 20-year-olds in the first year alone.
The dilemma.
I was delighted again because I hoped that the states would, as they should, take this action themselves without federal orders or interference. It has led to a kind of crazy quilt of different state drinking laws, and that's led to what's been called blood borders, with teenagers leaving their homes to go to the nearest state with a lower drinking age.
And here, this is where the roads come in. The Interstate Highway Act of 1956 created a network of roads largely funded by federal dollars. These roads quickly became crucial to state economies. That money also became a way to bend the states to federal priorities, even if it meant Reagan had to change his typical political positions.
I've decided to support legislation to withhold 5% of a state's highway funds if it does not enact the 21-year-old drinking age. Some may feel that my decision is at odds with my philosophical viewpoint that state problems should involve state solutions, and it isn't up to a big and overwhelming government in Washington to tell the states what to do. And you're partly right. Beyond that, there are some special cases in which overwhelming need can be dealt with by prudent and limited federal action.
The law passed. That's Candy Lightner, celebrating.
I'd like to make you an honorary mother against drunk drivers.
It wasn't technically a nationwide drinking age law, but in effect, it was.
We have no misgiving about this judicious use of federal power.
States quickly adopted the 21-year-old drinking age. Most couldn't afford to lose federal funding for their highways. Louisiana was the only state that held out at age 18 due to a loophole which it closed in the mid-90s. South Dakota challenged the law to preserve sale of low-alcohol beer for 19-year-olds and up, and it reached the Supreme Court.
Then you may proceed whenever you're ready.
Mr. Chief Justice, and may it please the Court, the issue in this case is whether or not Congress may condition the receipt of highway funds upon a state having in effect the 21-year-old drinking age.
The court ruled 7-2, stating it was within Congress's powers to control spending that promoted general welfare, argued as the reduction of youth drinking and driving via the 21-year-old drinking age. Did it work? Most studies of studies declare case closed, that the higher drinking age saves lives and reduces alcohol consumption. Skeptics, like people from the Libertarian Cato Institute, claim a broader cultural change, not a law, should be credited with saving lives. Reagan himself kind of argued both sides, saying that
the new minimum drinking age is working.
But that,
my friends, there's so much more to do, and it's not government that can do it.
Politically, Ronald Reagan using federal purse strings to strong-arm states is a strange pairing. But beyond the politics, there's a bigger message. The federal government has used other levers to push states, but to change the drinking age, there was one big tool. The thing that changed the country wasn't just the lines on states' edges. It was the ones that run through them.
Yes, it was. What a great, interesting video. Like that makes me curious about how was the history in Mexico to decide that 18 years old is the minimum drinking age, and how different it is here, because here we have a lot of youngsters that are working already when they are 17, when they are 18 years old, and when they are very, very young, they start drinking and smoking because they want to relax. So it's the reality in Mexico is very different than from the United States. But anyway, let's go through the questions, right? What did you understand? Let's see what you have in mind. Tell me, Jimena, what did you understand on the video? And what do you have?
Okay, that we are watching a video of the regulation law of the okay. Regulation. Alcoholism, alcoholic
Consumption.
consumption. Sorry.
No problem,
Okay,
no problem.
in United States, and
Yes.
we of law of laws. I don't know if they are initiatives.
Initiated?
Initiative to regulate. I don't know.
Okay. This is words. Okay. Let me go to the dictionary. The word that you are looking for is the word exactly.
To regulate the consumption of alcohol because they
To
have
regulate the
been
consumption.
the consumption of the alcohol because they have been they have a lot of problems
Right?
with the teenagers who ingest
No, the previous
ingest
pronunciation was correct.
to ingest
Ingest.
to ingest alcohol after before of 21 years old.
Exactly.
They watch that the teenagers with 28 years old have problems with, I don't know how to say that, in cars, for example,
Right.
accidents,
Accidents.
and some other issues. I really don't understand the part in Michael Jackson's part. I really didn't
Okay.
understand anything.
About why Michael Jackson is in this video, no? Okay, yes.
So, why is Michael Jackson here? What is
Exactly.
the connection of him?
That's very important. Very, very important. And in that, I think we can start on that question if you want, so we can really process the reason we have him here. Okay, let's start over there. Let me check if Isaac knows anything about why Michael Jackson is here. Did you understand anything that can help us understand, Isaac?
No.
At all. Not at all.
I didn't remember. Well, I
don't remember. Didn't is yesterday.
I don't remember. Actually, I was wondering the same question. I remember that. I remember that the first time that I watched the video, I didn't understand that like a week ago, and I watched it again, and I remember that I found the answer, but I don't remember it right now.
No problem. Let's start here. I think the rest of the video is pretty well understandable.
Yes.
But that particular part is very, very weird. And something that you need to take into consideration is the year.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson was a massive star. Today we take it as a very normal name, something that is like every day we hear his music. If someone is listening to Michael Jackson in the world today, but at the time he was novelty. At the time it was as big as Bad Bunny. It was a massive person. So imagine how important it is today. If Bad Bunny makes a commercial, imagine how many people are going to be influenced by it. So the idea goes somewhere over there. So
an influencer.
Precisely. One of the first influencers that existed in the whole pop culture have been music artists,
Yes.
Musicians and in pop culture. So the first question I'm going to ask you is precisely how did Michael Jackson help Reagan's government raise awareness on drunk driving? That's the question that we get asked.
Awareness.
Excellent question, Jimmy. Excellent question. Let's go through the word awareness. Okay, help me with the definition, Jimena.
Awareness is a noun. Knowing something, knowing that something is important. Awareness of something.
You get it? If you tell a person, hey, you should stop smoking. You know, that is a contradiction, no? No, no, thank you. Okay, see you there. Yeah. No. But if you say you should stop smoking, this is a recommendation, right? But if you say, hey, people around the world, smoking has increased the I don't know, cancer incidents all over all over Mexico,
all over the world.
That's right. So then you are informing about, or you're making everybody know about specific facts. This is to raise awareness, to make a lot of people know about a particular topic.
Okay. For example, if I am interested in communicate something like scientific report or something like medical point or something like this. This is to communicate some. Okay, I got you.
Okay.
I got you.
Exactly. You want to communicate something to a lot of people, then you are going to work on raising awareness. There is a chunk that always goes together. The verb raise is all usually put together with the word awareness. They go together.
Is together, raise awareness.
Exactly. Which takes us to the question. Right here. Let me silence this. This is distracting me. Right? So how did Michael Jackson help Reagan's government raise awareness on drunk driving? All over the video, at the beginning, we have this introduction where they start saying that it connects in a strange way, or it connects in a weird way. You know? But the real reason starts in the second section of the video when we are talking about public awareness, precisely. Listen to this section.
Campaign.
Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Michael Jackson, he was being honored for letting his music be used in anti-drunk driving PSAs.
You're as good as dead.
But tactics weren't limited to PR.
There's a lot of concepts that are very useful here. Let's listen to it again, okay?
President PSA, Michael Jackson, driven partly by an awareness campaign.
Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Michael Jackson, he was being honored for letting his music be used in anti-drunk driving PSAs.
Right? Let's check what we have over here. Let's go through Isaac. Isaac, what did you understand?
No, please. Well, first of all, I want to say that Michael Jackson's voice is weird. It's like creepy.
It's not the sexiest voice for today's standards, okay? But it's unique, you know? Like in the night when he's talking to you, it feels special, okay?
I don't remember what I catch from the video. I think that they mentioned something like Michael Jackson participated in like the campaign for how say it? Or to raise how say it? Awareness about
Excellent.
alcohol consumption.
Excellent.
Yes.
That's right. This is the premise of the section.
Yes.
It helps to raise awareness. Let's listen how. Okay?
Yeah.
One time.
He was partly by an awareness campaign.
Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Michael Jackson, he was being honored for letting his music be used in anti-drunk driving PSAs.
I understand that his music was used to something. It was used to rise. I don't understand the other part.
Watch out. Rice is the food in sushi.
The what?
The food in sushi. The seeds that you
yes.
use to make sushi, that's
Oh,
rice.
yeah.
What is the pronunciation of the verb?
I don't remember. No, I don't remember.
Okay, let's go through the dictionary.
Yeah. Raise.
Raise.
Okay. To
That's
raise.
right.
Okay.
Raise awareness. Okay, so let's listen again.
He was partly by an awareness campaign.
Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Michael Jackson, he was being honored for letting his music be used in anti-drunk driving PSAs.
I don't know. I think that it could start before that. Michael Jackson was. I don't understand, like, or had the honor or something. Michael Jackson was being honored.
Okay. Okay.
Honored, and that's it, I think.
And that's it. Shall I erase the rest?
No, I think that's it, like the second part, so we can keep it. Maybe we just need to erase the one was.
Okay.
No, but I don't remember.
We're not sure. Okay, let's go to the third repetition.
Okay.
Wait, are you taking notes?
No, actually not.
You should. Come on. Take out your pen. Take out your notebook. We gotta take
notes
just about what you
hear.
hear.
A second.
Sure.
Okay, ready, teacher.
Ready? Let's go.
Yes.
Driven partly by an awareness campaign.
Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Michael Jackson, he was being honored for letting his music be used in anti-drunk driving PSAs.
No, Michael Jackson, and then I think that it's a comma maybe, and it mentioned he was being honored.
Okay.
He was being honored by for letting his music.
Excellent.
His music. Music. It doesn't make sense. His music. His music. We don't need that was.
Exactly.
Yes. And that's it. I don't remember.
Can you make any correction without listening? I mean, just with your knowledge, you can make some corrections here.
Let me try. Michael Jackson. No.
Not all right.
No. I think that they are missing some parts that don't let me to complete the idea.
Okay, then let's make Jimena help us. All right. Jime, your turn. You ready?
Teacher,
What's up?
will you please repeat the question?
Sure. Which question?
Um,
Which question are we talking about?
no, sorry, I in the class since five minutes ago.
Oh, you came back. Okay. No. We are trying to complete the answer to the question, right? So we are in question number 1. Let's listen to the video, and you gotta answer with literal information.
Okay.
All right. So let's listen again.
He was being bullied by an awareness campaign.
Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Michael Jackson, he was being honored for letting his music be used in anti-drunk driving PSAs.
Is this it's hard? Could you please repeat?
Okay.
He was being honored for the awareness campaign.
Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Michael Jackson, he was being honored for letting his music be used in anti-drunk driving PSAs.
I I just understand Michael Jackson was being honored.
Good. There is one extra
And
was
something. Could you repeat
Yeah,
again?
is that it? Okay. I suggest you take a pen and you can take some notes. Do you have a pen with you?
No.
No? Go for one. Let me know when you are ready.
Better, not a pen.
It doesn't matter. Whichever you have.
Okay, yeah. Thank you.
Ready?
Ready.
Let's go.
He was being partly by an awareness campaign.
Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Michael Jackson, he was being honored for letting his music be used in anti-drunk driving PSAs.
I understand Michael Jackson was being honored for leading his music to something.
To something?
Leading his music.
Leading his music.
To no, I don't. I can comprehend the audio.
Okay, so there's it. The something part is very interesting because you gotta use your listening powers, your phonetic detection in order to really understand what he is saying, because there are some new words, probably new for you, but they are not impossible to understand. You can formulate the words. That's precisely the ability that I want you to take, is to use phonetics to build possible words that you may not know, but that can help you understand. So let's try it the last time, okay?
He was being honored for letting his music be used in anti-drunk driving PSAs.
I think I got the word essays. I got this, capture this word.
Okay, can you repeat that?
Essays.
Essays, the phonetic is very close to that. But that's not the real word. Let's go through acronyms. I'm gonna give you that clue. It's an acronym, and in a moment we're gonna check what's up. Okay? Let's go through Silvana. Let's see if she can complete it for us. All right, Silvana, can you help us?
Not really.
You already forgot English in 1 week?
I'm sorry, my internet was super weird, and I didn't understand what you said.
No problem. I was saying, did you forgot English in 1 week already?
Of course, in one day, within
In one
practices,
day?
Yes, I was about to say that.
In one day you forgot everything. That is very, very bad. Don't worry, that's why we are here. So let's repeat again, right?
I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I think that I heard is something like letting his music being used for.
Letting his music being like this? Used
I
for.
think.
Okay. That's very important.
But I want to listen it again because I already. Yes, I just arrived home and I didn't have something to take notes.
No problem. Do you have your pen already?
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's listen to it.
He was being honored for leading this campaign.
Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Michael Jackson, he was being honored for letting his music be used in anti-drunk driving PSAs.
No. I got lost. I was trying to comprehend the last words and I forgot the part that I was searching for.
Okay, second
I
repetition.
think that the video didn't say ping, but it's something like that.
And also,
Yeah.
grammatically, it doesn't make sense that you have an ing there.
Yeah.
You know? It's like, seems weird. But you tell me.
Repeat.
Repetition.
Well, let me. Yeah.
All right.
He was being honored by an awareness campaign.
Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Michael Jackson, he was being honored for letting his music be used in anti-drunk driving PSAs.
Is it Bill?
Is it B? You tell me. Complete ideas.
Bill.
Complete ideas.
Michael Jackson was being honored for letting his music. No.
Is there nothing else?
I don't know.
So we have to.
No, because I think that I heard.
What did you hear?
What?
You tell me. What you were about to say? What you hear?
No, I think that it's because I don't understand the last words. I think that I heard something like vintage, but no, I don't know. And I'm not pretty sure that instead of being is something like being, because it doesn't make sense to me.
Well, any of both makes sense. First, the final words are very technical, and we gotta check the vocabulary. And second of all, neither the ing and the past participle, they don't match with the structure, because we have the verb let, and the verb letting, is in the first structures that we studied during this course. which are the causatives. Let's see where they are. Causatives. Structure over here. According to the structure, when you use the verb let, you need the verb in simple form. Because we are talking about permission. Example, I let my nephew play. Neither playing nor played. You see what I mean?
Yes.
So because of this structure, we have to know that the verb that we need here is be, not being. This is lesson, causative lesson. You see what I mean? That's the first thing that we are going to take into consideration. That's for everybody, yeah, guys? Like, because in this case, nobody could check what was the verb in this case. Now, the second part was that in the audio, there is something else here. Michael Jackson, there's a comma, and then he mentions something. That part is going to be...
I think that I know. But
what is it with mysterious
can
word?
I listen the audio again?
Okay, okay. You have one more chance.
You said that the... Okay.
Sorry, there is a little delay. So we are ping-ponging.
Yeah, I know.
Let's listen to this.
Awareness campaign.
Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Michael Jackson, he was being honored for letting his music be used in anti-drunk driving PSAs.
You're as good as dead.
The tactics weren't limited to PR.
No.
Not at all.
No.
Michael Jackson, the only word that you can have here is the subject he. Because we are talking about Michael Jackson, he just made a dramatic pause between his name and the complete idea. Listen to this.
In PSAs. He was being honored for letting...
Did you hear?
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's because I'm not checking the information with my cell phone. I'm on my cell phone. I just check it on my notes, and I already put he was being
exactly
in my notes. So I did. Sorry.
Yes, you're gonna match your notes and the audio, because they I mean, sometimes it's like necessary that we use it. Probably you omitted it because we were focusing so much on the last words that we forget the first ones. But it's just about a matter of matching. Michael Jackson, he was being honored. The was being honored was a very good job for everybody. Everybody understood that, for letting his music be used for what? According to collocations, we cannot say to. We need to erase to because that's not needed. Okay? And the important information here comes along the vocabulary. Let's read what is word number 26. Exactly, Isaac. That's right. Read it for us, man. Help us.
ESA, acronym. It's a noun. A public service announcement is a message in the public interest disseminated by the media without charge to raise public awareness of change behavior. And change behavior, sorry.
Do you understand why it says without charge?
Without charge, maybe because they are using like public funds to produce and wait, what is the without charge? Well, no. Well, I was thinking maybe because they are not like earning any money or or charging to the public the money that they use to produce these kind of advertisements.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. This type of advertisements, especially when you're talking about television, there are a lot of intermediaries. The production of the commercial needs to earn money, but also the transmission, the broadcasting of the commercial, the channels need to receive some money so they can
Yes.
broadcast it. No, it has a cost. But when it comes
Yes.
from the government, specifically, these particular commercials are free. That's why they have a lot of problems with Mexican government today, because they make PSAs, but they look like political propaganda. So it's like it's in a very thin line where it looks like propaganda, what that is not supposed to be propaganda because it's free. You know, like Mexican commercials from the government are pretty debatable.
Yes, they are taking advantage if they can do.
Aha, exactly. These particular commercials are called PSAs. When Calderon started talking about in the HNA1 pandemic, that was a PSA. It was like, please behave yourself, wash your hands, don't spit into the floor. You know, that was a PSA. And the commercial that you are watching on the video is a PSA.
Okay. It was not easy to understand.
That's why the acronym, well, it was because Jimena said SA. So you were
close.
very close, eh, Jime? You're super close. Where's the commercial? It's right here.
Driving PSAs. He's been honored for letting his music be used in anti-drunk driving PSAs.
That's the PSA we're talking about. Let me check where is the note where he is taking the schools.
Wide. Its strategy kind of surprising. The tactics weren't limited.
There it is. Look at the PSA. Drinking and driving can kill a friendship. So don't drive, don't kill. And of course, if Bad Bunny is his music is saying, hey, don't drive, don't drink, well, it's an intention, no? The intention is there. So, Silvana, tell me, what type of PSA are we talking about?
Don't how do you say? Don't drink if you are going to drive.
Don't drink if you're going to drive. And why is that a complete idea? Probably we need to review that.
Are you asking about the video?
Yes, of course.
Where yeah, about the video, but you wanted the information on the video.
Right.
Sorry.
You want to listen again?
Yeah, please.
Okay, let's listen again. Let's go.
It's anti-drunk driving PSAs.
You're as good as dead.
But has music be used in anti-drunk driving PSAs?
You're as
Don't driving PSAs.
Close. Driving is correct.
Drink. Or drink and not driving.
Drink and not. I didn't hear the phonetic ink. That doesn't sound. So we gotta go through Isaac. Can you help her? What do you have? Nope, not at all.
It's I don't know how to pronounce it because they mention like kind of weird, but it's anti.
Nice, but the pronunciation doesn't match.
Yes, I understand something like that, but I'm not sure because it sounds weird when they
Then try
pronounce
to
it.
produce it. Try to produce it as you hear it.
No, I don't remember.
Okay, let's listen again. 3 chances.
Yes.
He was being honored for letting his music be used in anti-drunk driving PSAs.
No, could you repeat it?
Yes, remember, you need to disconnect yourself from the visual part of the language.
Okay, yeah.
You're just use your ears, not your vision.
He was being honored for letting his music be used in anti-drunk driving PSAs.
Anti?
Excellent pronunciation, brother. Anti is a pronunciation for the prefix anti. Anti.
Anti. Anti.
Of course, some people say anti.
Anti.
Right? That doesn't mean that everybody's going to say anti.
Okay, anti.
That's why it's super important to sometimes disconnect ourselves from the visual part and just listen. Actually, there is a person in the chat that wrote exactly as he heard. He wrote anti-drug driving PSAs, and it's like literal, the literal speech. That's so interesting. What is the second word?
Drunk.
Exactly, drunk.
Anti-drunk.
Anti-drunk driving. Exactly.
Yes.
And the person in the chat is exactly understanding the listening. Very good, brother. Good. So, what's the type of PSA?
Anti-drunk driving.
Anti-drunk driving PSAs. And here it is, my people. Michael Jackson, he was being honored for letting his music be used for anti-drunk driving PSAs. Let's listen to the full thing.
He was being honored for letting his music be used in anti-drunk driving PSAs.
Ta-da. Questions. What part was the most difficult?
The complete sentence. No, I think that the last one, yes, the last part, the anti-drunk PSAs.
Right.
Yep.
Yes. That was a little bit of technical words, but not really, because the word drunk, everybody knows what is to be drunk. Come on. We are not angels.
Of course, I'm not.
Ay, Silvan, I don't believe you. You were all the glory Saturday in the floor with 4 caguamas in your brain.
Yes, actually, that's true.
You see, I believe in Isaac.
Thank
if Isaac
you.
says so, then.
But I was a driver, so I didn't drink anything.
Exactly. You were the commanded driver, and Silvana was a commanded drinker.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, she says. Actually, let me show you. Let me show you the PSA. This is the PSA we're talking about.
The Mexican PSA? Oh.
No, the
okay.
Michael Jackson's.
Beat it. Just beat it.
just get in and talk about it?
I've got to go home. Oh, come on, Carrie. We're going to a new place.
She wants to go home, right? Let's go. Whoa! You okay to drive? Yeah, I'm fine. You sure?
Relax.
What's a few beers?
If you don't stop your friend from drinking and driving, you're as good as dead. Drinking and driving can kill a friendship.
Of course, with his music on the back. No, that's Michael Jackson in the back listening. And all the people, let's say it's 1986, the people that appear in the video, they seem to be what, like 21, probably 19 years old, or they're supposed to be like that, or directed towards this audience, this particular people. So that's a PSA drinking and driving beat it. What do you think about it?
I like it.
Interesting, no?
Yes, yes. I think that because of the music, well, yes, it's interesting.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yes, maybe the music helps to stick the message in your brain.
Totally. Totally, especially when it's popular stuff.
Yes.
That's the thing. That's precisely the reason why Michael Jackson was here in the White House, receiving an honor Blake award, exactly, and everything. Now let me check something, because the same person in the chat says that he hears saying his music, for letting his music be used in instead of for.
I heard on.
You heard on? That's very important, eh? Okay, let's listen.
Yeah, I have in my notes in.
You have in. Oh,
yes.
Okay. Okay, so let's check it out.
Be used.
Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Michael Jackson, he was being honored for letting his music be used in anti-drunk driving PSAs.
Yes, sir. The person was in. Be used in. That makes sense, because if you're talking about the content of a video, we use the connector on. In, sorry. The connector in for the content in a video. Mm-hmm. Nice observation, eh? Very, very good. Very, very nice. So, any question?
Not sure.
Super cool. I'm going to write the rest of the questions that can help you understand the video better. Meanwhile, Jessie passes attendance, okay? So, Jessie, be my guest, girl. Hello.
Hi, good night.
Okay.
So, I will be attending. Finally. Hi, Silvana.
I'm sorry. Hi.
Don't worry. Is here Isaac?
Hello, I'm
Hi,
here.
Isaac. Thank you. And Jimena.
Jimena, yes.
No way.
Present, but not mentally.
Thank you, Jimena. Good night.
Thank you.
So, that's all?
Yes,
Somebody else? All right. Thank you, guys. Have a nice night.
You too, girl.
Thank you.
Bye. How did the map change before 1971? How did the Fifth Amendment change things in 1971? How did things change in 1985? That's pretty recent. It's crazy how before 1971, a lot of, like, probably the 2 generations ago or 1 generation ago, they were having problems with drinking and this type of stuff. In Mexico, it has been for a long time. In the United States, it's been for 30 years, 40 years. Fourth question, what were the issues of having borders between states. Then, question number 5, how did Michael Jackson help Reagan's government raise awareness on drunk driving? And then we have, what was Mars' origin story? Do you remember anything about Mars?
No.
Okay, that's a very important section of the video. One of the reasons we have all this. Let's listen to that part. Was when the mom appears. Right here. Listen to this. I know it's not Mars, it's Mad. Listen.
Candace Candy Lightner founded MAD in 1980 after her daughter Carrie was killed by a drunk driver. MAD's goals at the time included making it easier to obtain DUI convictions and raising the drinking age. That's
a very important step here. What did you understand? Anyone?
Her daughter was killed by a man that was drunk.
Right.
While he was driving, and well, what the paper? No, how do you say paper? I don't know if it's paper. Periódico.
The newspaper. The paper.
Yeah, the newspaper says that her demand helps to raises the legal drinking age.
Causatives helps. Again.
Helps to raises.
Okay, one more time. Let's go to the causatives. When you use the word help, where is help? We need a simple verb similar to the let.
Raise.
Exactly. So once again,
She helped raise the drinking age.
The drinking age. That's right. Right. That was a good paraphrasis. So let's put it together in words. Okay. Let's help me, Silvana.
like celebrating.
Year-olds, the drinking, leading cause,
and raising the
drivers.
Candace Candy Lightner founded MAD in 1980 after her daughter Carrie was killed by a drunk driver. MAD's goals at the time included making it easier to obtain DUI convictions and raising the drinking age.
Action.
It was pretty fast. I only catch after his daughter Candy.
Exactly.
And the final part, raising the drinking age.
Okay, let's check two things. His daughter?
Her daughter.
Her daughter. And another. What is the past of catch?
Catch it.
Ah, Silvana Ortiz.
I'm sorry. I catched.
Jesus Christ. Catch is an irregular verb being
caught
on the group that ends in ot. Ought. It's I think it's pattern number 6 or pattern number 7. I don't remember.
Okay, caught. Catch it is more easy.
Catch it, she says. Very well. Very, very well. So let's go to the second chance for Jimena. Jimena, are you there?
Here.
Let's go with you, okay? What was Matt Origin's story? And I'm gonna help you with the second part. And what were their convictions at the time? Okay? 1, 2, 3, action.
Time included making it 80 after her daughter Candace Candy Lightner founded MAD in 1980 after her daughter Carrie was killed by a drunk driver. MAD's goals at the time included making it easier to obtain DUI convictions and raising the drinking age.
Okay. Her doctor was died.
Was died.
By an accident.
Okay, you are paraphrasing.
I am paraphrasing exactly.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
Could you repeat, please?
Sure. Yes, of course. Second repetition.
This included 1980. Candace Candy Lightner founded MAD in 1980 after her daughter Carrie was killed by a drunk driver. MAD's goals at the time included making it easier to obtain DUI convictions and raising the drinking age.
Okay. She was famous.
She was famous?
She was famous since her doctor was, how do you say it? Like when
a car passes over you?
Over you, exactly.
It's to run over, but I don't hear the phonetic run over in the video.
No, where it was, I don't remember the word, but it completes with a drunk driver.
Exactly.
A drunk driver, killed by drunk driver.
No, you're right, a drunk driver.
And
the reason
she asked for obtain convictions.
Okay, and then, but that's paraphrasing. The word convictions exists. Yes, but the rest is like
obtain now.
Exactly. Also, when you say asked for, you can never use a verb. Take a note of over here. Ask for needs a noun. When you say ask to, yes, you can use a verb.
Yes, because you got the connector.
Exactly. But the connector for is for nouns. Be careful on that section. Okay?
Okay.
Final repetition for you, then we pass to Isaac. Right?
Yes.
Let's go.
This included making it easy after her daughter Candace Candy Lightner founded MAD in 1980 after her daughter Carrie was killed by a drunk driver. MAD's goals at the time included making it easier to obtain DUI convictions and raising the drinking age.
Okay. After her doctor was carried by a drunk driver.
Almost. Her name was Carrie. So you were confused. It was her daughter Candy. It was not Candy. It was Carrie.
Carrie.
Exactly.
Carrie. Okay.
So the reason you heard Carrie is because it was her name.
Carrie. Okay.
All right. Okay. So let's check this out. We have 5 minutes. Okay. But I gotta go get ready for the next class. So Isaac, you're gonna take one chance. All right.
Yes.
Let's see how much you can get in one chance. Okay. 1, 2, 3, action.
This included Candace Candy Lightner founded MAD in 1980 after her daughter Carrie was killed by a drunk driver. MAD's goals at the time included making it easier to obtain DUI convictions and raising the drinking age.
After her daughter Carrie was killed by a drunken driver.
Exactly. Was killed.
Was killed, yes. Goals at that time, including goals. Was killed by the goals at that time. Included making, and that's it.
And that's it. So my people, that's gonna be your homework.
I got some extra words.
You have some extra words, Silvana? Tell me.
I think that it says something like founding MAD in 1990.
Oh yes, at the beginning they mentioned.
Her daughter Carrie was killed by a drunk driver.
Exactly.
Well, I got lost there, but following what Isaac says something like making it easier to obtain the line convictions and raising the drink age.
Making it easier to making it easier what?
To obtain I don't know if it says line.
Okay.
Or something like that. Convictions. And raising the drinking age.
And raising the drinking age. I know, yeah, the dialogue is very confusing. But that's precisely the mission for a B2 learner. So your homework is going to be checking MAD's origin story and their goals at the time. What were they pursuing at the beginning, at the origins, and how they celebrated when the drinking age was raised some months later. Okay? Is there any question?
Okay.
No. Not yet. Don't worry, guys. We are going places, but get obsessed with your English. Okay? Watch movies in English. Don't watch Super Mario in Spanish. Okay? Go to the movies. Watch it in English. You failed already? Okay, if you failed already, you have another chance to see other movies in English. Okay? I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good day. All right?
Thank you, teacher. See you.
See you later, guys.
See you, teacher. Bye.
Bye. See you.